Hi, this is Steve with HomeStrung Jewelry,
And Debbie with HomeStrung Jewelry.
and today we are going to be unboxing and showing you our end of the year, beginning of the new year Gemstone Orphanage subscription box.
We're calling it the best ever Winter Wonderland box.
Yes, there's no walking through a winter wonderland with this box. This is a Top Gun, go screaming down the street, let's get beating type of box.
There's a little bit of a story behind this box. We were going to do a December tween and release it at the 1st of December. Then Steve decided to have some emergency surgery.
Yes, blame it on me.
And I had a few other real life issues that came up, and we just were not able to get it out the first of the month. So we decided to make it our January box. Normally, our tween boxes have more beads, less findings. When we decided to turn this into a subscription box, we kept the more beads part that was a tween option, and I had to add a bunch more findings to it to make up for the findings bag. So this box is probably our heaviest ever.
This is our super deluxe box. We're just keeping it under the 1 pound limit for everybody. Otherwise, I freak out because we have to pay a premium on the shipping. But anyway, let's get the box open and see what's inside. Okay, to begin with, we've got the inventory sheet, but let's jump. Oh, we also have another adoption auction coupon, don't we?
We do. Another scratch off.
Yeah, we had so much fun. We didn't know what to expect with our first auction, and it went moderately well, I guess. Enough so that we decided to do a second one. And this one has a little bit of a discount, and we're going to be running this one. This coupon is good clear till the end of February.
And we will be doing a few more auctions after the first of the year. We've got some more surprises planned for
Always
us.
surprises.
They should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, maybe I won't show up. That'll be a surprise.
That would be a bad surprise.
We'll let Debbie run the auction. So, all right. Well, let's go down and look at the most important part of this whole box, and that is the Gemstone Orphan.
By the way, while Steve's getting that out, go ahead. This box is one of the boxes that we have put together for one of you, our subscriber. We just randomly pick a box each time. So the stone that's in this box, the orphan, and everything you see, one of you will be getting this box.
Okay, in fact, it even has, this is box number 83. So whichever one of you is 83, this is your box. All right, we have, if you haven't seen our Meet the Orphan video, I'll put the link right up here and down in the description, but you might want to look at that. But if you have seen it, then you're all ready for this. We are featuring this wonderful white agate. These white agate stones. Some of them are matte, some of them are polished. This particular one is a polished one.
They have these beautiful banded or striped patterns running through them. They are white on white. Steve started collecting these quite a few years ago.
It's been over a decade.
Yeah, maybe 10, 12 years ago. And I went to see if I could find a few more so we would have a few more extra boxes at the end. They're not putting this type of stone out anymore. We couldn't find any additional stones.
I never had any intention of sharing these white agates with anyone, and I've been told that I am going to share. So anyway, in this particular stone, her name is Aislinn, which is an Irish name meaning dream or vision, and it can also mean ice or snow. And then, of course, along with the orphan, we have all of the paperwork, including the really important stuff that talks about care and, well, I would say feeding, but Gemstone Orphans don't have a mouth. There's no feeding, but all of the information is in here on that. And then, of course, the most important thing, which is your adoption certificate, which tells you a little bit more about the stone, some of its features, characteristics, a description. Anyway, that's all in here.
These stones are registered and certified. They're there in case you ever lose it, want to sell it. If it gets stolen.
And it's probably gone. All right. Now we have There are 2 bags in this box. First off is the gemstone bag, which this one's a little bit different because this started out as a tween box. The second bag, which the inventory sheet is over here, is just a little bit different, but it might be kind of a vision of what's to come in this next year. And you can see here the winter gemstone experience. It's wild, it's beautiful, it's exciting. Who has time to go walking through a winter wonderland when there's beading to be done? Grab your Gemstone Orphan, a jug of hot chocolate, and let's make some jewelry. So let's go through and see what's in the bag. Okay, let's start with the strands. There are 15 strands of beads here.
Most we've ever put into a box.
Most strands we've ever put into a box. And
just start going.
Okay, let's start with the green stripe agates. These are an 8 and a 6 millimeter.
We have 20 beads on the 8 millimeter strand, 25 on the 6 millimeter strand.
There's some beautiful banding in there as well.
All these different shades of green.
That's wonderful. And then we have a matte finish.
A frosted banded agate in an 8 millimeter size. There are 14 on the strand.
They look like one of those gaseous planets in green. And then, what have we got? Opalite.
We've got frosted opalite in 8, 6, and 4 millimeter with 14, 20, and 24 beads respectively.
Wow. That goes really nicely with the green too. And goes with the winter theme a little bit. What is this, Debbie?
That is a Mashon jade that has been electroplated with gold.
Obviously green too,
yeah,
in the coloring.
Yeah, they're Mashon jade in the green with gold electroplating areas on it.
Electroplating. It looks like a little brushed on.
Yeah, it's a graduated strand. You've got 6 to 10 millimeter in sizes. You've got 4 to 18 beads and, let's see, 30 beads total on the strand.
Okay. We got 6s, 8s, and 10s, it looks like.
Yep.
And then we've got some more opalite.
This is faceted opalite. I don't often like the faceting on a gemstone type bead, but opalite is an exception to this.
Oh, it's a little flashier.
It really flashes, and it brings out that inner opal light that you can see in these beads. Again, you've got an 8 millimeter strand, a 6, and a 4 millimeter strand with 22, 35, and 36 beads respectively.
Definitely a little bit of fire in some of those beads. Yeah. And, we're back to gemstones too.
And this is an A-grade garnet, and it is your raspberry garnet, so it's definitely not one of the brown. And because these are a 4 millimeter bead, the garnet color is quite obvious. These aren't black the way a lot of garnets are. You can actually see that really deep red, raspberry red type coloring.
Red.
They're 4 millimeter, and you get 35 beads.
And then this is another green bead.
This is a green agate bead, and it's faceted again, 4 millimeter in size, and you get 35 of those on the strand.
And then we've got some crystal.
And then, yes, this is just a mixed green crystal. They're 6 millimeter in size. There's 35 beads on the strand.
There is a ton of flash in that. This is one where the camera is really getting that. Then we've got one that's not colored.
It's a mix of your whites and grays, and they're also 6 millimeter in size. There's 35 of those on the strand.
Yeah, it looks like some of them are half plated. A lot of variety.
A lot of AB finish, half plating, just a beautiful mix of snow-colored crystal beads.
Be like wearing a disco ball. A lot of flash. And then we've got the discs.
And yes, we're back to our disc. This is called an evergreen color. In fact, most of the greens in here follow kind of an evergreen type shade, which I've always associated with winter.
Yep.
Has been snow and evergreens. So,
and
you get 35. Nope, you get 15. 15 of the discs.
I was going to say for that one, there's just the 15.
Yeah, they're 8x6.
All right, now let's just bring out the bagged beads, just kind of one at a time. Ooh, what are these, Debbie?
Those are emeralds. That is natural emeralds. Now, it's not what you would call a gem quality emerald, but they are really beautiful. I was really impressed with them, and they've been made into links with gold-plated brass wire and daisy spacers on each end, and you get 3 in your box.
Wow.
I don't know if you'll ever see emeralds in a box again, but
they're kind of a rectangular cut on that.
Yeah.
Oh, those are cool.
Those are 20 by 6 millimeter in size, and there's just 3 of them.
All right, we have some nuggets.
You get a bag of green agate, green banded agate nuggets that are size 6 to 8 millimeter. There's 11 of these nuggets in the bag. They, again, are a really high grade and quality. They're very pretty, and they match with the green
just about everything.
Agate rounds. Well, yeah, just about everything that we've seen so far.
Yeah, my first thought is to put them with pearls, but I'm thinking I would put them with the possibly the opalite.
Yeah.
And actually knot them into a necklace. Okay, probably my all-time favorite green stone is malachite.
And here we have 15 grams of malachite chips. Malachite is one of those semi-precious gemstones that tends to be a little bit pricier, so you won't find them in the boxes very often. But this is a very comfortable amount, 15 grams.
Yeah, this is, there's a lot of chips here.
Yeah, I think it came off of about a 7.5 inch strand.
Yeah, I was going to say that's a 7-8 inch strand probably.
So, and that is natural malachite, not your synthetic.
Not the unnatural malachite. Okay, I haven't got a clue what these are, Debbie.
This is topaz.
Really?
Just like the emeralds, I got a really good buy on these little faceted topaz rounds. They're 4 millimeter in size. You get 8 of them in the bag. They're just genuine topaz beads.
Don't you usually think of topaz as being like a blue or...
In its natural form, it's more white, but...
I know that it will bleach out in the sun into white, but wow, these look spectacular. Okay, we have some coins.
These are faceted coins. They're 4 millimeter in size. Again, you've got your genuine garnet and your genuine malachite. You'll get 10 of the garnet and 9 of the malachite coins.
Wow.
For 19. These are spectacular, A grade, just beautiful little beads.
Yeah, the camera really doesn't show these in their best light.
You will be very impressed with these when you can see them in real
life.
Real life.
Not this phony life that we've got.
Not this video, this flat lighted video.
All right. Guess what these are?
This is pressed glass. It is in the shape of little gingerbread men. These were chosen to go into the box when we were still thinking 1st of December tween. I thought these were just the cutest little beads I'd ever seen, and I just could not take them out of the box, even though I knew the box would be coming out after Christmas.
Is that a bow tie?
And little buttons, and he's got eyes, and they're just, you get 2 of these little beads. They're 15 by 14 millimeter in size.
Two-sided?
Yes, 2-sided, double-sided.
Cute.
And I just didn't have the heart to take them out.
Okay, next.
These are green banded agates again. These are faceted rondelles. They are 6 by 4 millimeter in size. You get 18 of them in the bag. Again, they're a very high grade. I just noticed that we have a lot of gemstones in this box. The ratio of crystal or glass versus gemstone is a little bit different from our other boxes. This is mostly gemstones.
Yes, I'm not even going to ask what they cost. These are so cool.
Those are also green banded agate teardrops. I believe they are a side-to-side briolette type cut.
Yes.
They are 8 by 5 millimeter in size. You get 6 of them in the bag. They're another shaped gemstone. They were hard for me to find. I had to go back to the vendor that had sold me these beads originally years ago, and they ended up having to ask the factory if they would cut more for me.
Or if they find them back in the the deep recesses of the warehouse.
It took me a little bit extra time to get these in, so I'm thinking they may have made them for me. So.
These haven't, well, not for just the 6. Of course, we have more than 6, I guess. I love the sharp edges, or the sharper edges on these rather than the puffy. These are just, especially at this size. And then there's some crystal.
These are AB Crystal Briolette drops. They're from the same manufacturer that does our discs. We've had so many comments about how incredibly clear and sparkly the discs are. These drops are the same way. You get 9 of them. They're 9 by 8 millimeters. They're almost like an onion drop, if anybody's familiar with what that is.
They're fat drops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But A grade, beautiful. Just the sparkle just never quits on these.
Yeah, I noticed that these came off of a strand and the separator beads are in there as well.
Yeah, I threw them in.
And the interesting thing is when they put the finish on, they put the finish on the little separator beads too. So we usually hang on to those and use them for other projects. We've got golds and purples and blues in there. Those are neat. Okay, last bag.
In the last bag, it has 2 different opalite beads. You will get 2 10 millimeter faceted hearts. Again, this is like the best grade of opalite I think I've ever purchased or ever found before. And then you will have 5 opalite ovals that are 11 by 8 millimeter in size.
Yeah, it's because of the opalite, it's a little hard to see the faceting, but it is there. And at the right angle, there's almost a gold cast to these.
Those little hearts, they just glow with the opalescence that's down inside of them.
Yep, they do. Okay, so this is bag 1.
Yep, this is the bead bag.
Now we need to pull out the second bag. Give us just a second to clear this all out and we'll look at what comes next. I'm going to slip in here real quick and tell you about a special event which we have coming up in the next couple of weeks. On January 11th at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, that's noon Pacific Time, Gina from Orchid and Opal and us here at HomeStrung Jewelry and the Gemstone Orphanage are going to be doing a collaboration where each one of us are going to be making projects from this box, from the January Gemstone Orphanage box. Gina has kindly consented to do this, and we're going to be doing it at the same time. These will be tutorials, and we'll show you some projects that we individually have made from the box. This is something we haven't done before. We hope it's going to be a lot of fun, and we look forward to seeing you then. That's January 11th at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. The videos will be coming out from Gina at Orchid and Opal's website, or from her YouTube channel, and from our YouTube channel as well. We look forward to seeing you then. Now we'll continue with the unboxing. Okay, we're back, and here is everything that is in the second bag, the findings bag. And let's start with these little crystal, what do they call these, Debbie?
They're crystal Montes. They just have an AB clear crystal in them, but you can sew through the prong setting that's on the back in either direction. They're 6 millimeter in size.
Boy, they look bigger.
And well, I think that's the size of the crystal.
Okay, so the mounting makes it a little bit bigger.
So the mounting probably is more like about 6.5 or something like that.
That is a beautiful cut.
These are so much fun to use in seed bead designs, stretch cord designs, memory wire designs, because all of those different cords, they fit through the holes in the base of that prong so well.
Yeah, you got the little hole. Oh, you got a hole on each side.
Yeah.
So if you can see that, the holes go, there's one on each one of the square sides. Okay, and so there are 6 of those. And what's next?
Next, we've got some stainless steel snowflake ear studs. Again, here's one that I thought was just too cute, fun to work with, to not put them in. You get 2 pair of these. They are made from stainless steel. They're in that, I guess you call that an antique silver color. And they have a little loop on them so you can attach some gemstones or crystal beads to them. One thing I actually thought I might play around and try doing was putting a flat back right in the center of that snowflake.
Okay.
And another, since I play with resin once in a while, I actually considered about, I could probably enamel or color these snowflakes.
Yeah. And you've got 4 backs on that. They're
Yeah,
metal backs
they
as
do
well.
have the backs that come with them. Next is a cubic zirconia ear stud with
be this one here.
3 different CZ crystals in each of your settings here. They've been platinum plated. These are a high quality ear finding.
Really? Platinum plated?
Yes.
Okay. And there's backings. There's both vinyl and the metal backings on these as well.
You get the rubber or plastic backs or the metal butterfly type back, whichever one you would prefer to use.
Wow.
Now, I should mention, usually we pick one metal color for our boxes. But as you can obviously see, I couldn't decide between silver or gold.
There is more than one color here.
Because both these colors go beautiful with the bead selection. So you're going to see finding components in both. Your silver, antique silver, bright silver, antique gold, bright gold. It was a lot of fun. All right, so the next is some ear wire hooks. Again, these are stainless steel, and they have been they have 24 karat gold plating on them.
They got a hook at the bottom.
They've got little hooks. Well, they're not really a French hook. They're just an earring hook, but they have the stainless steel for those who are allergic to the different alloys. And then they have a beautiful loop that you can attach to. They're an elegant looking.
They're very elegant looking.
Yeah, and the
loop's back behind this gold drop.
And that gold plating tends to be on the heavier side, so they should last a long time.
Our vendor likes heavy plating.
Yes, they do. Next is also a gold stainless steel ear stud that has a leaf pattern on it. These have been ion gold plated. The ion plating is, they use heat and pressure to apply the plating so that it has a tendency to not flake or come off. So it makes them a little bit higher. And then again, you've got your stainless steel for your hyperallergenic needs. So.
If you're allergic, this is not allergic, hopefully.
Well, some people are allergic to the different alloy mixes, but they can handle the stainless steel pretty good.
Like
so
your family, half of them are allergic to everything, so this one they could wear.
Then we do have a selection of 18 to 20 ball head pins. These are in a bright silver color. It's hard to make jewelry these days without head pins. I tend to favor ball ends over the flat.
And
heads.
At least 2 inches.
And they're at least 2 inches long.
50 millimeters.
They're harder to find. They're a little more expensive, but they're what I prefer to work with. So that's what's in your box.
Well, there's more.
Well, I meant as far as the head pins go. All right, next we have some bright silver stardust with a carved groove round. These are stainless steel. They've been platinum plated.
Then carved and got the stardust finish on them. I love these because they don't weigh hardly anything. And yet they look spectacular.
And there's 8 of them in your box. They're 8 millimeter in size.
Yep. These have been getting harder to find too.
Yeah, I have a harder time finding those. But boy, are they pretty, and they just fit this Winter Wonderland box
They're
perfectly.
frosted.
All right, we have a whole set of bells.
Oh, down to the bells.
Yep, we have both the, and they are stainless steel. We have ion gold plated and platinum plated, stardust coated.
Oh, these are these.
Bells that are 9 by 6 in size. You get one in gold and one in your antique silver.
Yeah, I first thought these were just balls, but they are bells.
Yeah, and they have that pretty kind of that stardust finish on them, which I think is so pretty.
Looks like about a 3.5, 4 millimeter hole in them.
Yeah. Then there'll be a couple of pinch bells. Again, platinum plated brass, gold plated brass. You should be familiar with these. We've been putting them into almost every box.
Yep, instant pendant.
Yep, as a way to finish your little orphan off quickly if you needed to do it quickly. Next are 4 different clasp types.
Oh, okay.
We'll start with the lobster clasps. Everybody's familiar with those, but you're going to get 2 in silver and 2 in the gold.
They're a good size too.
Those are, well, let me see if it says you have 14 millimeter. Those are
those are good sized ones. They become almost a component or a focal component when they're this size. Those have a beautiful finish on them too.
Yeah. And then we have toggle clasps. Let's do the gold ones first.
Of course, they're the ones in the back.
Yeah, they have your toggle or your clasp has a kind of a scalloped or ruffled type edge to it. And then is the toggle, is that an arrow?
No.
Nope.
I don't know what it is, but you got a flower. I think it's a flower in the middle with a leaf.
With the leaf at each end?
Sprouting at each end. We'll call it that.
Okay. So anyway, you get 2 of those. This is in case you want to do necklace bracelets. You know, as a set, you'd have the same clasp for each one.
Okay, and those the loops on those are one-sided.
Right. And then the other is a little bit harder to find, and that is a multi-strand toggle clasp. These are in antique silver, and as you can see, they're for 2 strands. And again, you'll get 2 of them so that you can use one in a necklace and one in a matching bracelet.
They've got kind of a wrap look to them.
I think they call that a grapevine
They
type
probably
look, where
do.
it kind of wraps itself around in a circle.
Yeah, those are cool. They're 2 holes.
2 holes. Those are hard to find.
Toggle.
Multi-strand toggle clasps are really hard to find. So, and then we have 2-hole spacer beads. They're kind of a novette or marquee shaped.
I'm just going to pull a couple of them up. There's a whole bunch of them.
And these are in silver. They are 10 by 5 millimeter in size, and there's 10 of them in the bag. And we've had a lot of requests for the multi-holes, so I'm going through my inventory trying to locate what I have in the way of multi-strand and multi-hole, and this was one of the ones I found for this box. Then we have a couple of really fun links. They're a 1-to-1, they're a heart, and these are just so fitting with the Gemstone Orphan. It's close to what our logo is, and that's because you've got the 2 hearts. You've got, that are kind of wrapped together. And then they have, one is platinum plated with crystals, the other is gold plated with crystals, and you get 2 of each link. They're 25 by 16 millimeters in size.
Did you say they're a crystal or a CZ or?
I've got them down as a crystal.
Okay.
That's because I didn't always note what was a CZ. They're a very sparkly crystal.
Yes, they are.
So I'm just going to call them a crystal.
Very pretty.
Very pretty. Now we have our cord ends.
Of course. Let me see if I can get these out of here. We got a couple different kinds.
Yeah,
here.
we have 3 different kinds here. You have a platinum plated brass that are 9 by 3.5 millimeter. Your inside diameter is 3 millimeter.
And I'm not picking them up.
And there's 2 of those.
Never cut your fingernails right before you do an unboxing. There we go.
Then you will have 2 gold-plated brass, and these again have a heavy gold plating on them, 5 by 4 millimeter, and they too are a 3 millimeter inside diameter. And the third set is a heavy platinum plated on brass, 5 by 4 millimeter, and 2 of those.
Oh, we're missing one. There we go. Now I finally have them all in there. I like these ones with the hole that goes through are great because you can put the stringy material, down through the hole, whether it's thread or wire or whatever.
Well, they work really well with memory wire.
Yes.
because then the memory wire goes through and you turn your loop and you've got a nice end cap up against your memory wire loop.
Yeah, I think I just had a tutorial that used end caps, this style of end cap.
And then the rest of what's in here is kind of for fun. Something that I thought you might enjoy playing around with. You'll have 2 pieces of what is called a hollow rubber tubing.
Oh, called hollow rubber tubing. It's hollow rubber tubing, people, but it's really plastic.
This is my icy blue color, or sky blue, and a white to match with the box. The cord outside diameter on this cord is 3 millimeter, which is why all of the cord ends will fit a 3 millimeter inside diameter. So all of these will fit inside the cords. But the cord has a hole running through the center of it. So you can run beading wire or you can run memory wire.
Or thread.
What I like to do is I'll cut these tubes into smaller pieces and then run them through my memory wire, interspacing them with different beads and such on the memory wire.
And since we've got all this, we probably ought to mention the memory wire. Is that next, or is there something else?
Nope, that was next. But you've got 18 inches of that white tubing and 36 inches of that beautiful blue tubing. And then we have memory wire, both in the necklace size and in the bracelet size, both in gold and silver.
I've got a couple of projects planned for these. I like to use memory wire a little differently than everyone else since I kind of learned memory wire on my own. So I have a couple of projects that I hopefully will have for you.
Memory wire is one of those finding components that I think are very underutilized. The nicest thing about them is if you make a nice piece from memory wire, it's going to last forever. You're not going to be faced with restringing it the way you have to do with stretch cord. It's not going to break on you the way beading wire and threads will break. I think memory wire is the kind of the forgotten child in the stringing materials sometimes.
Yep, I think we've only got one left. We got the rondelles.
Oh, I skipped over those. Let me come back up to them. Yep, there they are. Metal crystal rondelles, both in gold and silver. They have AB clear crystals going around each rondelle. They are 6 by 3 millimeter in size, and you get 10 of each color. These are beautiful to use them like a spacer bead between a couple of nice rounds or that, because they will literally just sit and catch the light and sparkle, which draws the eye to that piece of jewelry. So I really enjoy using these little metal.
Yep, you gotta have sparkle. Sparkle in your life. Okay, that is everything that is in the findings bag, but we have one more thing.
We have one more bag that'll be in your box, but it won't be in either of the, it won't be in your bead bag and it won't be in your findings bag.
Yes.
It's our free gift to you.
Even if you don't have snow, you and your orphan can enjoy playing with icicles and snowflakes. So let's see if I can. And Debbie has super glued this one shut.
It's a different type of bag, so it might take just a little bit of work to get it open.
Only for me, because I'm trying to be careful. Okay, let's start with wow.
This is rock crystal. These are your icicles for your Winter Wonderland box. You're getting, I don't know if there's a count on those.
It's like a polished chip.
Yeah.
Or a dagger, a spear.
I think there's at least right around 20 different spears. They're different sizes, different lengths in there, but they are gorgeous rock crystal. And also included in that little free bag along with those rock crystal to go with your icicles is a beautiful crystal snowflake. This can be used as a pendant, as a charm. You
just pull it out and look at it.
That's
what I do.
Again, this is super, super sparkly. The quality here is equivalent to it might even be a check. I didn't write down what these where these came from or what they were, but there's a very good possibility that these are a Czech snowflake.
Yeah, doesn't matter.
And
It's pretty.
And it is, I think, 14 millimeter in size.
Looks like about that. Oh, you got the sheet, Debbie.
Nope, it's on the other sheet.
It's hidden on the other sheet.
Down at the bottom.
Okay, 14 millimeters. Okay.
So here's some icicles and snowflakes, and you can play with making something beautiful with them.
Okay, so we're not going to do a shot that shows everything because it really doesn't fit. But this is the end of the year, the beginning of the year Gemstone Orphanage box. If you have any questions or you have concerns or if you have any comments at all, go ahead and make them down below, and we hope that you'll hang around a little bit and we'll show you a few things that we've made from the box. Looking forward to seeing you again soon.
This is Debbie saying goodbye.
Bye-bye.